Bottleneck Bridge technically does not exist that we can see on the greater map of AlkenStar. Storm Haven, in its top left, or shall we say, map side northwesterly corner, is where we scooped up our VIP, and we have run diagonally over down, with not too much incident until the players ran into a bridge where, waiting for them with an ambush, we have discovered the Powder Keg punks have come gunning for them. Hello, everyone, and welcome to another exciting episode. I'm GM Jeff Ball, your host, your narrator, your game master, your game show host. That looks very glitchy. So many problems on the internet. I mean, we've been doing this for years, so why is this flashing? I don't know. And because we're doing a live show, there is no time to check it, fix it. All we can do is promise and hope for the best. It'll be fixed out the other side. Tonight, we bring you back to a gunfight. I mean, both sides have guns. If you don't believe me, let me just pull up this map to state my case, to prove my point, to show those poor, innocent, hired mercenaries called the Powder Keg punks.
Oh my god, phrasing.
I'm not...
That was close.
Not,
Were you endorsed by powdered milk here, Jeff?
Not something I want to say a lot or quickly. Do as much of the map as I can. The top half. One left, we left, our heroes, our outlaws. Because you are outlaws, not just heroic. I don't think we've really done anything too heroic. We had left the game turn at Bellamy Smokefur, who I believe just shot and eliminated one of the last few remaining, which brought us to Vashon Gataby, because I really can't see me ending a show like right on the top of somebody's turn that ends last. Vashon is doing something with his coat, fighting defensively.
Isn't he always?
Yeah. Which brings us to Charwin at the top of round 3. Charwin, this giant eye. Think of the bottom of the eye being one street, the center of the eye being the bottleneck bridge itself, and the top of the eye being the other street running parallel. You guys are up there. There are two wagons either side of the bridge, butted up against the rail, as it were. On the left side, next to one wagon, stepped out, is Charwin. In dead center north, right at the top, we have Pilo. And 15 feet to the east of him, out in the open near the top, we have one powder punk. I keep saying
Bad
punk.
guy. Say bad guy.
Bad guy. There's a bad guy. Get him, Charwin. No one cares where the cat is. He's everywhere.
All right.
Pilo, you're on deck. What do you want to do?
I'll go ahead and head east and then move to the south just by that purple blood I think was Pilo's best friend.
Purple blood is Pilo's best friend. All right.
Well, was.
I didn't realize Pilo was R.L. Stein.
I wonder if we kill Pilo if he leaves a purple mess like that summoned skeleton, or if he leaves... I know Troy likes leaving skeleton memes all through my chat. Gotta get those in the Discord.
And then I'll target this Powder Keg Punk 4.
Right.
And use my long spear.
It says you've got Soothe on you. How long does that last? Hello? How long does Soothe last on him?
1 minute.
Okay, so that's just up and running. Okay. Just double checking. I'm always being told to take effects off because I keep forgetting, so I just like, yeah. Attacking him with what? Your long spear?
My long spear.
Okay.
23.
Unfortunately, the first 5 is 5. The next 5 is counted as 10. So if you actually hover over your mini, buddy is 15 feet away and out of reach. So I need you to take one more easy little step some way.
Well, long spears are 2 squares, not just 10 feet.
Correct, but the diagonal.
Right, but if you read the instruction on ranged weapons, it'll say a diagonal is also considered 10 feet for a ranged or a long weapon. A reach weapon.
I'll buy that. You should see him rolling in the last game. Dubsy the negotiator. So, yeah.
3 on the dice for
it does keep you from having to crop the corners, making it look, so sure. Go with that. I like that. Maybe he read that. I'll believe that. I make it sound like Drew does it. Drew DM's a home game, so I know he's got his nose in the books. I'm not making fun that we haven't officially dubbed him any rules lawyer. If anything, with Joe being so busy, I got to stop calling on him, and I think we're going to call on Drew more often. No offense to Joe.
No, none taken.
So with
Absolutely none taken.
with a stabby stab, I'll still call upon you to everybody's looking up stuff when you're free, right? Stabby stab, doing 6 points of damage. You manage to wound him a little bit. You got a shift. You got a stab. You want to try for a second attack?
Yeah, I'll try for number 2.
-5 or negative whatever. Dice down the roll.
8.
And a miss. I am sorry. This is you, sir?
Yep.
Pilo Jesus. We hardly use your last name.
Hoisos, my friend. Hoisos.
Hoisos.
Jeff, I also don't believe you're sorry at all.
She's also Spanish for bones.
I'm not sorry. I'm just learning things. Pilo, talk to me, buddy. I might want to be a skeleton. I'm the skeleton DM.
Listen, my friend here. You gotta be a little talking faster with skeletons.
Oh, faster. Okay. Pilo, I'm the voice in your mind, Pilo.
I'm gonna run right up to this guy here through the blood spatter of his friend, because these guys both are right up there with my buddy who.
Okay. So blood spatters are bodies. They're considered difficult terrain. Not that you don't have that kind of movement. You're fine, but just so you know, you are technically standing in difficult terrain.
And I'm going to cast Chill Touch on this guy here.
Okay.
And that does, let me just target him here. Target mode this guy. And I can do this, I think.
What's this?
That's not it. No.
Pilo. Oh, no, you got it. It says powder cake, punk, god. Cast Chill Touch at me, and I've got Fantasy Ground set up to automatically roll my saves, so that happens on your roll there. So don't get upset when you see a 6. That's the computer rolling for me. With a critical failure with a natural 1. What happens then? Push more buttons, Troy.
Say much on a critical fail. It just says
Okay. Well, if you push the teardrop damage dice or something, it should
he's enfeebled 1 for 1 round on a critical failure.
Why don't you read me the spell? This is a new spell, right? I haven't done the spell.
I've done it before, but Chill Touch, siphoning negative energy into yourself. Your hand radiates a pale darkness. You touch a living or undead creature, and it has different effects. For a living or creature, it deals negative damage equal to 1d4 plus my spellcasting modifier. They attempt a basic fortitude save. If they critical fail, they are enfeebled 1 for 1 round. An undead creature is flat-footed for 1 round on a failed fortitude save, and on a critical fail, it is also fleeing for 1 round unless it successfully does a will save. So, lots of stuff, depending on what I attack. This guy here, so 1d4 plus my spellcasting modifier, so I'll just hit the little...
the standard rule is bards suck. And so far, Troy, you've proved that the Pathfinder 2nd Edition Bard is anything but that. I'm constantly bragging about your tactical spell use to our sorcerer in the Friday night game.
I'm just going to throw this out there. I take umbrage with the idea that bards suck. I just think bard players typically suck. Okay.
Fair enough.
Just because someone doesn't know how to play a bard doesn't mean a bard is a bad class.
I don't think everyone plays a tactical bard. They're always playing the hump everything diplomacy bard, and there's so much you can do.
That's my cleric in the other campaign.
My friend.
He's got this cleric that's hedonistic. That's true. Anyway, sorry.
So I did D4, and I hit a 4 plus 4, so 8 damage to this guy.
Okay.
Bad mouthing my favorite class.
You think you're going to hit my friend and to get away with that? And I just reach out and grab him and
Chill
touch for 8 damage.
Not the arm. You grab him like the front of the collar, your fingers curl over his shirt, and your knuckles touch his collarbone, right center. Your collarbone meets right the top of the ribs. What is that? That's the...
Clavicle?
Thank you. Knuckles brushing the clavicle, and you draw so much negative energy into him and out of him simultaneously, like an AC current, that his eyes widen and roll back in the head, and he falls to the ground listless.
Anyone else want to look right into the eyes of death? I stay around.
I don't think you should say that so happily.
Did you I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I don't do this often, son, but do you have a bone to pick with him?
Wow, man, I love all these jokes you guys always make about me. It's great.
Troy, mark it down. You owe him one cat joke because he got you with that one. Which brings us to Bellamy Smokefur, who's already spent an action making a really good joke. Now he's only down to 2. What? No. Look at his face. Hey, there's some fuck you, Jeff eyes. Look at that. They're all week long. All week long. Anyway. Inside joke.
Lots
been going on in the first show that you can't show up to anymore. Just saying. We miss you.
I'm sure I missed.
You are.
So are we still in initiative and or combat?
You seem to look around. Yeah. We seem to, take the old perception scan for enemies. I mean, what if that next merchant, at the other end of the bridge, or, you know what I mean? Take a moment to perceive. Give me a perception in the tower.
What you're saying is I should shoot every MFer on this bridge
that
isn't someone I know.
I'm saying spend an action for perception and I can tell you more.
I did. I rolled a perception in the tower.
I see that, and I'm just double checking my guys here. Because the fun thing about this encounter... Sorry, one moment. Talk about yourselves. What are you doing? What are you doing? You glance around quickly. There are people coming at you, running away from you. There's a fight. Some people want to get involved. Some people don't want to get involved. Trying to figure out friend and foe. You have yet to see, in this instance of your 6-second combat round, some people lining up and leveling weapons at you in this moment. So if you have a brief reprise, not you, Troy. I do want to keep it in action mode just for a second. What would Bellamy do? Move, reload, get a position. You scan around. Don't see any threats just yet, but with 2 actions left, you do what?
I'm going to reload, and then is readying a double action to do 1 action?
Yes, it is.
Okay. Then I think that's really all I can do at this point. There's not really a lot of other actions I have.
You could reload, and you could spend an action recalling what are these guys? Who are these guys? Society, you know what I mean? What the hell just went down?
Is there a way I can kind of commit any notes about their appearance to my memory? Identifying outfit pieces, badges.
If you want to have you want to spend an action with the perception, commit to memory, and we'll worry about it later. That's actually a really good idea. I like that. Throw me another one in the tower. Actually, you know what? Throw that open. So everyone sees that I owe you natural 1 4.
Son of a bitch.
None of them dress alike. A bunch of them are gnomes. They have gaudy, they got. There isn't one picture for them, but they if anything,
wrong.
If anything is in common, it's that they're all chaotically misplaced and uncommon in appearance to each other.
But you're saying the majority of them are gnomes.
The picture they offer, the proverbial picture of here is your typical powder guy, girl, keg punk, is a really cool gnome in pink with a pink gun and looking crazy.
So with my natural 1, my takeaway is they're gnomes, and that's what I'm going to keep an eye out for. And I'm going to threaten any gnome that comes within 10 feet of me.
Okay. The guys that tossed bombs in the air and shot them are goblins.
Okay.
The guys that just pulled weapons and shot and even were crazy enough to shoot through themselves were gnomes. I'm just
Okay.
double checking here. So it's like, okay, what do we have to work with, right? You're just scanning around. What the hell, right? Blah, 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 blah. Thank you, Eric, for pointing me out how I could like download the PDF because I bought this on the Fantasy Ground. Now I actually have a hard copy to like instead of scrolling around inside there, right? The Bombardiers were goblins. The Gunners, they better not change the race after showing me such a very, very, very cool. Gunners were, oh, okay. Well, it says they're goblins, but they look like gnomes to me. I mean,
Maybe they're in costumes.
no, I mean they're not green skin. They look okay, very, very good looking. I mean, all right. Maybe it's just an artist thing. So far, we've met goblins. Perhaps the second wave will be something else. Anyway, that's you.
That's me.
That's you. And we're coming back to the top of round 4. Charwin, adrenaline's still pumping. You see Catman looking around, looking at them, trying to make sense, plotting his next move. You remove your pike-length spear from somebody, and then Skeleton just slides over and obviously shows his dark side. What would you be doing?
Let's see. I might move back towards Bashoon Academy, and let's see. So I'm moving towards the west. I'll go 25 feet. Get within about 15 feet of him, and
Yeah, let's not forget the VIP we're supposed to be getting to safety. Whoop.
sometimes we just gotta stick together. And I'll do like a. I'll just ready an action. If anything, if anybody seems to want to attack him or grab him, I'll stab him with my spear.
Okay. Right, Hilo.
Well, first off, I'm going to turn around and walk one step down here, look at the pile of my friend and go, "You will be avenged, my buddy. I won't ever forget what you've done for us." And then I'm going to say, "Guys, my friend Andreas, my friends, is he coming up with us now? Should we wait for him here, or do you just want to keep going down this bridge?"
I think we should go at a steady click.
Okay. Let Andreas still follow our 6. Do you think we could use the help with him?
No, we need to tighten up. We don't need anybody jumped separately.
It's a good idea. No, I'll walk up. I guess I've done 5, 10, 15 with Atticus here. I'll stay there. That's it for my turn.
Okay.
Where Andros would be?
Sorry, say again?
Would we have line of sight where Andros would be? 'Cause I know he was keeping our 6 off the bridge there. Would we still be able to see him in the background, like within a certain distance, or is he kind of out of our line of sight?
Oh, actually, right. So, speaking of Andros, sorry, I meant to bring him in the end of the last round. Eric, can I have the good old standard perception? No, actually, give me athletics. You hear gunfire ahead, and you went from scouting behind to, oh, that can't be good, trying to catch up to your party, right? So your athletics check shall be your initiative as you start, unless you just want to casually stroll on.
In the tower, or
No, open.
oh, you wanted for initiative? Okay.
It's initiative, so it's going to be like pretty open.
Oh. Not too bad. I rolled a 9 for a 16.
If he's within line of sight within 120 feet, I'd use my last action to cast message and say, "Hey, buddy, we could use a little help over here." And I'm going to kind of giddy up and get to us. But if he's not 120 feet away or not within sight, I won't do that.
Oh, okay. That makes sense. Okay.
Let's go with.
Let's put you on the old map here. Which gotta be in one. And I don't seem to have you press into the chat. There you are. Make you party friendly. Running up behind. Okay. So your athletics was what?
16.
Okay. Sorry, one map, multiple encounters, and I know how this goes down because I've read it, but I can't seem to find the proverbial next thing, right? So I'm just kind of like, hey, wait a minute. You know, run this event, blah, 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 bottleneck bridge, run 2. Catch up to the party in 3. Yeah, I'm just hoping I'm not doing this wrong. Okay. You catch up. Explosion bottleneck bridge. Guys show up. Gotta be awfully quiet. The wide stone bridge connects 2 shores of a rushing river. Carts and carriages frequent the center of this bridge, Al, while pedestrians stay towards the edge. The calls of vendors hawking their wares echoes on the stonework as the merchants eagerly entice passerby to their wooden stalls. 20-foot wide bridge runs 45 feet north and south, and then gunfire. Not chaos, it is AlkenStar. It's like a car backfires and everybody hits the deck. But when it starts continuing, round 2, round 3, then people just like, a lot of people at distance near you calmly just get off the street or start pack up their, like, oh, time to go, It's kind of like hearing sirens and there's the ambulance and you look at River going, oh, yeah, I'll pull over. You know what I mean? It's, they're wary, but they're not freaking out, to the town's credit, right? Great. People are getting out of your way. So now, hopefully anyone following you would become obvious. Can I have a perception? Retrocond. From Andreas. Perception in the tower. If anybody is following you, they're slick enough to, just wander aside. You know what I mean? They fold up with the town or just kind of like stop and look gawking, going, crap, I wanted to go that way. And they're looking around like, is there a back alley? Can I, you know what I mean? Like, is there another way around town? I was really going to use Bottleneck Bridge, but now, crap.
They really need to change the name of that bridge.
Why? What's wrong with Bottleneck Bridge?
Yeah, of course. Yeah. Tactically speaking, it's like the worst thing.
Literally creates a choke point just in its name. Yeah.
So, as far as you can tell, no one's following. And that puts you in at 16, but literally continuing on from Pylo's point of view. And this is why I didn't want to stop initiative, because you guys entering the fray could pop up in the middle of, say, like let you guys keep your initiative. Okay. No sooner have you guys spent your proverbial 6 seconds going, you good, whatever, so-and-so, right? Pylo runs over to where our inventor is standing on the edge of the bridge. Charwin runs over next to Gadaby. Andreas comes huffing up behind him, right? When more punks appear, though these guys don't like unmask themselves from like right close. These guys all come jogging up like Andreas did. They were nearby, maybe covering other side streets or whatever. And we have 2 at the top east of the map opposite our VIP and Andros, and we have 2 coming up making their way through, the proverbial fray. At the bottom of the bridge, blocking our path, almost cutting us off. The first one, Powder Punk, jeez, number 4, comes running up, right? And almost witnesses what you guys, had did. Luckily, I didn't see the spell or whatever. And will basically pick a random guy. These are the bad guys. Right, who have I got clear line of sight on? Kind of have an angle on those two, but not so much. So I'm going to open fire on Charwin. Nice straight shot. And here we go. Flintlock pistol. He moved. He was already loaded. And he shoots. 15 miss and reloads. And that's him. Next one. Down the bottom of the bridge, right? Steps out as his action. Reveals himself, right? He's already loaded. And he's got a keen lock on Bellamy. I'm going to keep him at range. So he will probably take... Let me just double check my pistol here. Flintlock. Anybody pull up a flintlock for me?
On it.
Oh, there we go, 40 feet. And I'm 50 feet away. There you go. So a -2 for me. Per range increment, if I believe. So putting a -2 in my shot. Shooting at you, Mr. Kitty Cat. Wide shot. Pew! That's him, and he smartly reloads, which brings us to Andros, who gets here just in time to open his mouth, and somebody starts shooting at you guys. Luckily, you have the human as meat shield cover. What do you do?
We'll
Pull weapons?
run. Yes.
Sorry,
So
we had you as a scout. If you're walking around carrying weapons, it looks like you're looking for trouble. You didn't want to draw attention. We had you behind us trailing going, see if anyone's following us. So I had you looking sly. So I've got you kind of like hood up, cape out, weapons away. Nothing here to see but a regular dwarf on his way to the market, using your eyes, right? Then all of a sudden shit hits the fan and you speed up to get here just in the nick of time for this episode. And shit, gunfire. What do you do?
Okay. Draw a weapon.
Okay.
Shields out.
Yep.
And move forward as far as I can. Get ready for combat.
Okay. What is your movement?
25.
Okay. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Okay. Put yourself right out there. Now, shield is out, but shield up, obviously. Can you do that as a single action when you draw it off your back, Drew?
No.
Okay, I didn't think so.
I have to lift it.
Okay.
Yeah.
But you are being the heroic meat shield, which is kind of you.
Yeah.
You have no idea what a badass Charwood is. But you'll soon learn, I'm sure. And that's Mr. Stoutbeard, which brings us to Atticus Bellamy Smokefur. Your hair stands up on the back of your neck. You didn't see anybody, and then just in time, you get that feeling where you roll around again, causing him to miss shooting you in the back of the head. And sure enough, there they are. 2 on one side, 2 at the bottom of you. Crap. What do? Hey, at least you're reloaded.
I'm going to spit for starters. And then I'm going to ask...
I will allow that as a free action.
Yeah.
Sorry. Damn you.
Where can I find the DC by class level for basic abilities and stuff? I want to use my overdrive action, which is something I haven't used yet, and I have to make a craft check against the standard DC for my level. And it's not by class or anything, it's just the standard DC for level.
We need to know more about your character. So, but you're checking against your own level? Wouldn't that make the higher your level harder is to do the check?
That's it. Yes, it's a rule that there's like a standard DC based on level, and I'm trying to remember where to find that. Okay, so sir,
while we're looking that up, we'll have those guys look it up. Describe what you're trying to accomplish with said overdrive.
So I'm trying to. It's an inventor class ability, overdrive, and basically I overdrive all the gizmos and components and tools that I have. And if I'm successful, I get to add half of my intelligence modifier to my damage for.
Okay. Well, give me the crafting check, and if it's way high, then we can continue, and we'll retcon the actual rules.
That's fair. That's fair.
You know what I mean? Like,
right.
let's hope for an obvious win. Maybe I can suck a hero point out of you.
So it's in the core rule books on page 503.
Okay.
table 10.5. DC level 2 is 16.
Okay. I
And you
failed
got-
by 1.
I know. Isn't that terrible? Want to use your hero point?
It says I have 0, but I knew we had one. So
Okay,
yeah, I'll
so
go ahead and
actually,
use the
this is.
one that I had.
I think we've played far enough that they've all reset. So, guys, no matter you're at 0, 1, or 2, set yourselves all to 1, please. Except Smoke Fur, who's now tempted with burning his 2 back to 0.
Tempted. I'm just doing it.
16.
All right.
Barely, damn, dude. That's
Nice.
nice tension. Very nice tension. I almost feel like giving you a hero point for such great tension, but no.
So now for 1 minute, I get to add half of my intelligence modifier. Granted, is not much, but
But what happens when
it's-
you're done? Should blow up?
No, it cools. It basically, I can't use it again for another minute.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
So not every
So-
fight, right?
yeah.
Okay.
So as I'm spitting, I'm like not breaking eye contact with the dude who just shot and missed at me, and I'm just like twisting all these little gears on my gun and like pulling pieces and jamming them in other pieces of the gun, and then I'm gonna level the gun at him because it was one action to use overdrive.
Yeah.
I'm gonna level the gun at him, and I'm gonna take a shot.
Hey, who,
Because
who are you targeting?
I was gonna be targeting Powder Keg Punk 1.
Oh, sorry. I was trying to help you, and I actually
got it.
buggered it. Okay. I forgot you guys are getting much better at that. I'm so used to doing it for them. All right. And spin around. And I always picture you kind of got this Winchester that actually has the 3-finger reload breach behind the trigger. You know what I mean? That spitting Winchester move that
Right.
turns
No,
around.
mine loads. The way I have it imagined is mine loads more like a shotgun. I just load solid slugs into it. If you've ever seen OutLaws, the old anime from like the late 90s, early 2000s, it's kind of like his caster gun, but like a big old rifle version. The slugs are about as big as like 2 fingers or a thumb and a half.
Okay. So
so I got
do
a
you drop the breach thing on the bottom, or do you actually shotgun it and slide the under?
I drop the barrel, like it cracks downward at an L, and I slide the shells in near the breach up there.
Okay. So it's like the, what do you call it? The double barrel.
Yeah.
The gun folds in. Okay, neat.
Yeah. So I got a 24 to hit, which I believe is a hit.
Yeah.
I don't know how to modify my damage, so I'm just going to roll the damage, and if you could add 1 to whatever damage I deal.
Actually, bottom left with the modifier. Right? Try putting it in there and adding damage and see if it does it. Like the different, like whatever you need to add, right? Like how much plus do you get here compared to a regular damage?
Just 1, because if I got a critical success, which would have been a 26, which I'd have to roll 19, I'd add my full intelligence.
So
but,
try. It's an open modifier. It should modify anything. So if you put a +1 before you drop your damage, you should.
It did.
Yeah.
It did.
Yeah. So there you go.
I just now have to remember to do that every time.
It's all right. I'll try. I'll remind you. It's my job. Okay. So
11 damage.
1 to overdrive, 1 to aim and shoot, and leaving you an action left. Is that right?
Reload.
Very cool. Standing out in the open. What do we got here? My friend, being kind, saying that they eked into position, just now. Sees his buddy shoot and go long and rejudges the distance. And I think I'm going to come out and close to, to minimal, right? Since you're doing fancy stuff. And yeah, you're kind of the meat shield for Pilo there. Is that 45 feet? I got to get to 40. There we go. Coming up along the side. Anyway, he's crouched and he's doing you ever see the guys like shoot and run crouched along the porch of the saloon kind of thing? They come out the door, they get shot at, they immediately hunch down to half size and go sideways strafing, but they're shooting back. This is what he's doing. But he's coming at you, going along the side of the bridge. That's right, guys. Start watching Westerns. It'll help describe what you do. Pew, pew, pew. And it
That's
pays
a
off.
hit.
It pays off with a 25. Pew. Watch for the 1d4. 2 points. Grazing your shoulder. Oh.
My tail gets puffier as I look at him.
Puffier. You've annoyed me. You've annoyed me greatly. Bringing us to our last punk, let's call him punks, at the top of the board, takes full advantage of our dwarf who's out in the open. Okay. All right. And got our dwarf targeted. Look at that. I've got a punk for everybody. Shoots and miss.
Bing.
Yeah, but they're out in the open, so they're just, but he maybe takes a knee, but that doesn't really give him much. I'm not going to go prone in front of a dwarf's charging. No. That's, Oh, you know what? You come out. I think they do the retreating thing. He actually takes a step back. Yeah. I'm going to back up my 40 feet. Yeah. So he takes a shot and backs up. Trying to, afraid that he's coming at me. I know how these westerns work. Shoves his friend forward. Vashon Gadaby. A second wave. Dude makes himself scarce behind a cart. Charwin. The Valiant.
More of these guys.
Charwin, the unbeatable. Charwin, the champion. You're druid. Could I tempt you possibly at 4th level, maybe archetyping into, I don't know, champion? Champion of the Leashy? Champion? Spearmaster. I don't know. Anyway.
Of the Leashies.
Of the Leashies. What do you want to do?
Okay. I think I will move to the east, kind of going to the east of Andreas, and then take a diagonal down and move another 5. It's 30 feet. 25. So I guess I'll go here.
Okay.
For my first action.
I will be kind and saying that you come up to that crux of the difficult terrain. Please remember bloodstains are bodies, and you step between them. Haha. So no penalty to movement. Okay, you are 15 feet away.
Yeah, and I think I'll just take it a step then. Get close enough.
Okay. Yep.
And then I will try and spear attack.
Okay. Have you got him targeted?
Yep.
All right.
22.
Run up, pause, and then step forward, spear out, and just right into him.
One more step. Oh, there we go.
Lean into the lunge.
With 9 damage.
It's like you strike the Asian anime spear pose where they present their spear, and they'll either brace them for a cavalry charge, or they do the, like they're practicing that one lunge, right? You do the 5-foot step. One lunge, and pierce, and heavy damage 9. Oh, now he's stuck on the end of my spear, damn it. And that's you?
Yep, that's me.
Hello. These mortals keep coming.
Okay, I'm gonna walk up 5, 10, 50, 20 feet here, or 25 feet, I guess it is.
I love how Pylo just casually strolls around the battlefield like nothing's really gonna face him. I just
I'm
walk
going
on
to
it.
look at this powder cake punk here, 3 here, and go, hey there, you. You see the look of fear on this guy's face, and point down at the dead body beside me.
Okay.
His skeleton wanted to join me, and I kind of want yours to join me too. And I'm gonna demoralize him. I'm gonna try to demoralize him.
Okay. Sounds good.
And attempt an intimidation check against the target's will.
I'm gonna show just for Joe's. This is what these guys look like.
Do they
It says
speak
they're
English?
they look like noblins. The goblin gnome crossbreed noblin. But this is what we're looking at here. Anyway, I think Joe
That
missed
is-
it.
That is
Do they
definitely
speak common?
something.
Do they speak common? Well, I think you should cast your spell and hope for the best.
Well, it's not a spell. It's just an action to demoralize. That's all.
Okay, so you've got intimidate, diplomacy.
It's intimidation.
Let's have it.
Attempt an intimidation check against your will. But if they don't speak common, it does nothing to them at all.
Okay. I still like to
That's
see a roll.
natural 20 for a 24.
His eyes widen as the Grim Reaper itself in skeletal form approaches. He perhaps witnessed what you did to his friend. He seems quite nervous, if not. Please, you're right at 8 Frex. Frightened?
It's frightened 1, or if it's a critical success, frightened 2. Now, it was a natural 20. I don't know if that counts as a critical success or.
Oh, possibly.
Oh.
Quite possibly. Shall we look up in the old intimidation game? I will give him. Sorry, is that all your actions for now?
That's only two actions, so I can.
Okay, what do you want to do next?
So a natural 20, real quick, does improve the standing of it. So if if his total roll is still a success, then it would upgrade it to a critical success.
Yeah. So, but in this instance of demoralize, if you guys actually look up demoralize under the skill diplomacy, it should state right away: is there a critical? Is there a fail? Because not everything does.
Yeah, I was asking critical success is frightened 2, so it's frightened 2.
Okay. I will find this guy and scare. Now, when do we flee? Is it 3? There is a point where they'll actually just run away, and I think it's frightened 3.
Not sure about that. That doesn't say here. It just says frightened as they take a status penalty equal to this value to all their checks and DCs, unless specified otherwise.
Oh yeah, no, I'm hitting him with the old frightened boing boing, which is -2 for everything now. Thank you so much, you bugger. So he's got that going for him.
So that's 2 actions, I guess, and I'll use my third action to 60-foot emanation and inspire courage in my friend, saying, "My friends here, these guys, they're terrified of us. We got them on the ropes. Get them hard." And
I'm targeting. I'm just as soon as you say inspire, I start slamming those. Yeah.
Yeah. Is it? Yeah. Can I get everybody? Yes. Good.
60 foot. I think so. Yeah.
Right there. There we go.
And as Fantasy Ground has said, these lock in and should modify your next roll. Troy, you certainly know how to play a bard, my dude.
Done.
Well done. Powder cake. Powder keg. Damn it. You want to say it slowly, do it wrong. I really hope Gam isn't watching this tonight episode. He's never going to let me live this down. The Punk, number 4. Which is... Where are we here? The one Charwin just impaled. Badly. Had reloaded. I'm going to take a single step back so you can't attack of opportunity me. And since I've reloaded, I'm going to try to shoot you again with 11 for 18, which is a hit. Shoots your center mass for 2 points of damage, Charwin. Tiny little bullets from tiny little people, leaving tiny little wounds. But these guns can get very dangerous if I start doing nasty precision damage. That's the rub, right? Step back, fire, and reload, and that is him. Down the bottom of the bridge. I shot at you, I missed. You shot back, you hit. I'm going to take cover. Yes, let's just go around the corner here. Excuse me. I am now in cover. Yay. I would like cover, please. How do we get cover? Let's see here. Effects. Afflictions. Nope. Okay. Well, while we make Bellamy smoke for look up cover, I take cover and I shoot at you, and then I reload, and then when you shoot back at me, I'm in cover. See how that works? And I hit you with a 21. Pew, pew, pew. Another graze to another shoulder, and your tail, if it's even fluffier, gets even fluffier still with 2 points of damage, Mr. Smokefur. Bringing us to Andreas Stout Beard. Atticus, you're on deck. Andreas.
So which direction were we coming in, and which direction are we heading into?
They came in the direction you came. We're trying to get south across that bridge. And away.
So we are going across the bridge.
Yeah, you're heading down. We're trying to get down, but people keep getting in our way.
Okay. Then I will head... hang on here.
You thinking Atticus is by himself? You want to lead the charge down the bridge? Let those boys handle things?
Yeah, I think so. That's what I'm going to do. So
okay.
I'm going to move as far, so 50 feet towards the one that's strafing along the side of the bridge.
Okay.
And I will throw my hammer at the powder keg punk number 1. The one that's seeking cover.
50. Be this close? That get to 50.
The map crashed on me. I don't have the map, sorry.
Okay, you are 10 feet away, center of the bridge practically. You're 10 feet up and 5 feet over from Buddy hugging the corner. You came diagonally 5 feet, ran straight through Bellamy, And then at the very end, when I got you to 40 feet, your second diagonal counted as 10, which is 50, which puts you not within striking range, but definitely throwing range, and he's going to think his life twice in a second here. And you wish to throw your hammer, or would you like me to do it for you?
Go ahead, please.
No problem. Your dungeon master cannot be held responsible for any misthrows, although because it is through fantasy grounds, blah, blah, blah. You filled out the waivers. Light hammer, is that what I'm looking at?
Yes, please.
Light hammer, toss! 6. Hit.
Ooh.
Light hammer. You got any dice in front of you?
Yeah, sorry, I'm back up now.
Okay. Look at that. You're just in time for the damage.
So rolled a 7 for a total of 11.
Yeah. You basically got the hammer out. Oh, wait a minute. What did you pull? I'm assuming this is the hammer you pulled when you pulled weapons?
Yes.
Okay. Suddenly I'm so used to you meleeing, right? So that's fine. Run and throw while charging kind of thing. Like, I get the initiative, 11 points. You heavily hit this guy, crushing his good shoulder. Not the one I aim with, but, you know. My reloading shoulder. Good thing we don't have names. We're using crit cards. And that's you, sir.
Yes.
Atticus to the Bellamy to the Smoke Fur.
So first, cover, you would need to determine what level of cover the cover he took provides, whether it's...
I am a small creature standing behind a barrel. It's as big as me. I literally got to lean out to...
So, well, let me finish. It's the options are lesser, standard, and greater. That's the options. So you would determine which one the barrel is providing.
Standard. Greater cover, we're talking like bunker and wall. You know what I mean? Like if there's only 3 modes, okay. I would say it would be standard.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the standard provides +2 to reflex saves, AC, and stealth. And he can take a hide check from behind it.
Okay. So what I'll get you to do is anybody that shoots at my guy at the bottom left corner, number 1, just take a -2 in the mod. Because there are buttons to give him cover, but it's more like, am I shooting through cover? And it's more like on your end than mine. I can't like slap him with cover. It's more like, am I shooting at cover? Which is a bunch of fantasy grounds you don't want to mess with. So anyone wants to shoot at my guy by the barrels, just put a good old -2 in the mod in the bottom and we're good. Bellamy, what do you want to do?
So I am loaded. Overdrive is currently active. So I'm going to go ahead and walk up. We're going to go south. I think my pace is what, 25 feet?
I believe most of you guys are, yeah.
Okay. So I'll go ahead and do south 25 feet. It's not moving.
Oh, sorry, I got permissions on. Here you go. Slide.
Okay. And I'm going to change my target to Powder Keg Punk 2.
See, not that easy. Is it? No, it's not. No, it's not. Here you go.
I'm gonna hiss while aiming at him and stare at him. I am also cursing under my hiss in Dwarven, and we're gonna fire.
Oh, making friends.
That's gonna be a miss.
Look at him making friends with the dwarf mid-battle. I'm so proud of you.
So that is a miss on my part, and then my last action will be to reload.
For those of you who don't remember, Atticus actually had a dwarven master that taught him his trade. He's not just sucking up to the dwarf.
It's true.
Andrus doesn't know that.
He's my da.
Andrus doesn't know that. Nicely done. Shot and a miss, unfortunately. Maybe the curse comes after the shot. Which brings us to the guy you're shooting at. Well, because I move, shot, and reloaded, let's try something different. Ow, that really, really hurt. I'm going to move, shoot, and reload by moving backward now. Yep. 10, 15, 20, 25. Yeah, I just thought I'd come closer, but oh, look, you guys are coming to me, and that really, really, really hurt. I'm going to shoot at the dwarf because Cat missed me, and the dwarf really, really, really hurt. Shooting at Andres. This messed me up. These both have A names. Shoots and a miss and reloads. And that's me. Bum, 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 bum. Punk number 4. Back at the top of the map. I am frightened too. Did we find out if it's 3 or 4 before I flee?
Yeah, the frightened condition doesn't say anything about fleeing.
No,
Yeah.
Okay.
no fleet on there.
Okay, I thought there was.
Now you're down to frightened 1, I guess. So
Okay. So, taking the penalties, okay. I would back up more, but I don't have any more map. And if you leave the map, technically player or DM like would go, oh, you're out, right? So, I'm going to step behind my buddy and use him as cover. Aha! Giving me a +1 meat shield. And shoot at the guy that's frightening me. Ah, stay away, stay away. You know, the shoot at the monster that's coming for me in the night kind of thing. He steps, he shoots. He shoots you and hits you mid-bone. Bing. 24. And does 3 points of damage to Pylo.
Oh.
And reloads with hands shaking. Sorry, I did forget to put in the -2, but no, the frightened's on there. It should look after it for me. Okay, now something I see is not working. They don't have a frightened 2, they have frightened 1, and we thought by clicking it twice and giving me frightened 1 twice it would drop it, but it doesn't look like it did.
but it should be frightened 1 now anyways, because I think it is it what is it
It's at the end of his turn.
It reduces at the end of his turn.
End
every
of his turn.
Yeah,
Yeah, if you want to give him frightened 2, you have to go into the combat tracker, and then you can edit the effects on him, and you can delete the.
Would you mind showing up
Golan
Friday?
one.
Because like Ryan is like reincarnated and he's like enfeebled, drained, and everything, and he's still kicking ass. It's like, okay, I know this isn't working because he's supposed to be at -6, and I think he's only getting away with a -3. So please come visit us Friday night, and we'll.
Sure.
Well, it's not just me. I'll have them all pull it up and figure it out, and then it might stick with us. So guest star, you can be the bad guys. Have this giant crocodile attacking from the dinosaur era, attacking them in a swamp. Good times had by you. You can control them for me.
I'm pretty sure if he's going to be like applying all their penalties accurately and causing them to have like a -17 on all their rolls, yes, he will be the bad guy in that respect.
Yeah, I know. Well, he's going to be joining the show for book 4. Shh, spoiler. Anyway, it gave me -6. I have a +7. It's supposed to be -5 because I'm too frightened. So a 23 still hits you.
Yep.
So everything's right. But I did want to call out that, like, oh crap, this isn't working. I planned. Grr. I suppose I could just find a different condition that gives a negative. I mean, that would work, right?
Well, like, as you said, you can. It's going to go to frightened 1 in a second, anyways, into his turn. So it's not gonna.
I don't know if it automatically takes them off.
Also, as a side note, I don't know if other conditions that do penalties do the full effect that Frightened does, because Frightened also reduces their DCs, which is fairly important for certain class abilities, of course.
Well, now I'm at frightened 1, so I'll just leave it alone, right?
That's it.
Vashon Gadaby is very frightened and is cowering. Charwin at the top of the round.
All right, I will take another step forward, standing next to Pylo.
Okay.
We've got him.
Run on, best buddy.
And I will take another stab at this guy.
At least she glares at you. I'm his best buddy.
You can't do like a double skewer, just right through both of them.
I know. I thought about that. That'd been pretty cool. 18.
Hey, you want to be savvy? Hit the guy in front, which you just did, and then declare the guy behind him, take the -1 penalty, and attack him secondly with penalties. I mean, it's not, and we'll just say it pushed right through him. Just saying. You can make it happen.
9 damage.
Oh, down he goes. Skewer the guy in front. You pull out, or you just push through. He's like, he's dead dude on a stick. So it's like, like that. Would you like to attack the guy? Actually, you know what? You better pull out. Not just for protection, but because you will take too many penalties. If you let the guy fall off your spear and pull back, and then, right, you're just leaning over difficult terrain. You're not pushing through meat shields.
Not to interrupt, Jeff, the powder keg punk 3 guy, the frightened 1 condition did remove off him at the end of his turn, so you need to put it back on again, so it's where it should be.
Also, Phrasing. Just so much phrasing in that previous statement that you just said.
I know. It's funny how I never botched those words. Oh, look at that. Huh. Thank you, Troy, for your honesty. All right, so where were we?
Yeah. And then I think for my last action, I'll just take a step forward. Well, it's a...
Okay, so you don't want to attack the second guy to negative?
I don't have the reach for it, so I have to move forward.
Oh, right. Sorry. I'm thinking you're like right next to him. I'm looking at there's too many screens popped up in front of my actual DM map. Sorry. Gotcha. And a step. And Pylo.
I will step forward 5, 10, 15 feet here.
Okay.
And
Okay. Crossing through a threatened square. Do I have attack of opportunity? My fist. Because the last square you're in is technically one I threaten. Just to have a quick look here. I don't think he does, but... Nope. Gunshot, sneak, toss, blah, blah, reactions, blah. Okay. Just double checking. You know what these crazy guys do. He does a very cool reaction, but no one's gone for this yet, so... Pylo, scoot right up beside him on the corner of the map.
And I will give him a good old chill touch.
Right, got him targeted, go. How many of those you got?
It's a success.
As in, I succeeded against Shore, right? Because it's rolling for me.
Well, I do have bare-handed weapons here. I can throw a punch at him, I guess.
Well, you cast the spell.
Yeah, sorry, the spell was 2 actions.
Sorry
Sorry about that. I was looking at the wrong one.
Not just say.
So good.
It's 2 actions for the spell, right? So.
Yep.
I thought maybe you're changing your idea because I saved. It's like, no, you commit to the spell, buddy.
Looking at on my sheet, I looked at the wrong.
So if I save, like nothing happens, it's just kind of like a swing and a miss.
Hold on. Your touch weak. Just your spell is negative. Blah blah blah. Attacker has a fortitude save. Nope.
Okay. While you're looking at, I'm assuming nothing. Like nothing happened, but I don't want to deny you like even half damage or something.
Yeah, I don't think it says on here. I'm trying to read what it says here.
It says basic fortitude save, so I would assume half damage.
I think half damage.
If it's a basic save, it's usually half.
Yeah, hit the damage button. Let's see what happens. Yeah.
Rolled a 4.
And it gave me
4 to 8. So it's way too much.
And it did all of it. So, because it made me think of a reflex for half, maybe basic for not.
It could be fortitude save is just for the enfeebled.
That's true.
So, I would have to pull the spell to double check on that too, but it does say looking up the basic saving throw rules, it does verify you take half the listed damage from the effect.
Okay, so it took 4 damage then. Is that fine to do, or do you want to do it?
I'm surprised it just didn't do it.
So what it says is the spell deals negative damage equal to 1d4 plus your spellcasting modifier, period. The target attempts a basic fortitude save, but is also enfeebled 1 for 1 round on a critical failure.
Yes,
it almost sounds like he always takes damage.
Yeah, that's pretty
odd.
nasty.
I guess that's the reason why its touch is so nasty, is because you got to be right up close to do it, maybe.
Oh, chill touch. Do you have an attack button next to that? You're just casting the spell. Maybe you're pushing the wrong button. Is there because sometimes there's attack.
It doesn't. No, it just says you touch them.
No, I mean like on your character sheet next to the spell. Right?
Yeah.
You go to actions, right? And we go to where is it? Chill touch, right?
I hit the roll button. There's no attack button. There's just the save button there for fortitude.
Right, now hit the magnifying glass.
Yeah.
See, cast and next to it is an attack.
Yeah, but there's no plus or minus or anything to that at all. I don't think it's part of the spell. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It just says you touch them, so I guess it's
living enfeebled, undead flat-footed. But it does say touch. It doesn't say like a spray come at him or whatever.
It's touch. Range is touch. That's why I have to get right up close.
Okay. Yeah, you would think that there is some... Huh.
Yeah.
So if a spell requires an attack roll, it's going to have the attack trait.
Yes,
and Chill Touch does not have the attack trait.
Yeah. So maybe they're
It
just like,
seems
oh,
awfully-
because all you got to do is so you remember the old
Yeah.
touch AC in the last game? You even grab his clothes, like you don't have to hit the flash, you have to get through the armor. You just get that finger and make contact with anything, even his gear, and he's screwed. So it's a hand wave, and then it's about the fortitude save. Nasty spell.
So is it 8 damage or 4 damage?
Now there's the next part, right? Is the saving throw for the damage, or is it just the additional effects?
So because they call out specifically a basic fortitude save, not just a fortitude saving throw.
Yeah, that's both then, yeah.
Yeah, it would imply that they don't, if they pass, they aren't enfeebled and
Only half.
oh wait. Okay, no, they would only get the enfeebled one on a critical failure,
Okay.
but they take half the damage.
Half damage. Okay.
I got it. I'll just override it on the guy's sheet, but
It could be one of the handful of things like they just don't have hardwired into all this stuff for fantasy grounds.
No, I have seen spells do it, right? But again, they're always updating, so anyway. But cool, man. Cool spells. I'm still standing. Twice as scared of you, though not in a dice manner. Not giving you extra freebies. And that's you,
it.
sir? That's you. Okay. Combat Bard. Powder Keg Punk number 1. I'm behind a barrel. Feel lucky. Take my shot. At the cat. Don't like him. Boy, you think with all that puffy tail I'd be able to hit you. No, miss.
Is that Punk the world's smallest Nicolas Cage?
I was actually going for Clint Eastwood, but oh well. I feel lucky now. Nicolas Cage just talks about I should get a coffee. Yeah. Do you want a coffee? That's Cage. Anyway, yeah, bad impression on both fronts. As I was saying, I'm going to not really an action, but because this thing is like as big as me, lean out. Because it's like that's sort of like a step out and step back, right? Here's the problem with like it's as big as me and I'm behind it, and well, I've got my back corner to connect to your front corner and blah blah blah. So I guess it's all right. Stay put. Anyway, third action we'll just leave in the air for him, kind of like trying to utilize the cover, and that's him. Which brings
Does he
us.
not want to reload with his third action?
Yes. I was thinking of shoot, reload, and then in my brain had gone to the last action going, well, did I need to step out in the first place? Sorry. Wasn't speaking all the thoughts. Andreas.
Yes, sir.
You are up. Atticus, you're on deck.
We will charge towards Powder Keg Punk 2. Draw a hammer.
Okay.
And once we get to 20 feet, throw the hammer at him.
Okay. 15, 20. That last 5 foot being a crossover to get even closer. He's at 15 feet. What is your hammer throw range? 10? 20?
20.
Okay, so he's in range, no modifier negatives for range increments. Go. How many hammers you got? I just realized
4.
they don't come back to your hand there, Andrathor. We got 4. Okay, well now you're down 2. Do you have little buttons you get to click off?
Yes, but I grabbed the wrong die, so it would actually be 13. Not that it hits, but it's 13, not 11. No, sorry. 15, not 11.
Let me check. Looking for 16, buddy. Sorry. Would you like to use your hero point?
No.
Okay. So you run, you draw, you throw, you're done.
And that's it.
Yep. Atticus.
Continuing my tirade of creative curse words, mostly talking about their ancestry, while in Dwarven, slowly walking my 25 feet forward, south technically.
Yep.
Does that remove the cover from him at that angle?
Yes. So now I go from standard to lesser.
Right. So lesser, I think, gives him just a +1 to AC. So I would do -1 to my roll.
Oh, you know what? No, I'd say remove it because, like, if the barrel, you know what I mean? Like, if I could get back behind it kind of thing, or like, if a full person only gives a +1, and you've kind of got an open shot here, I'll say no cover. He's good.
Okay.
You're good. Have fun.
So
you have fun with this.
I will like stop, do kind of like a quarter turn as sharply as possible, let my duster furl up, aim and fire.
Okay. I will say if he was trying to hide, then he's like hunched in there and yeah, maybe some cover. But the guy's like leaning out trying to shoot at you, so there's no way.
Right.
Yeah. Think of that for perspective. For future rulings. Okay. And to shoot.
24 to hit.
Oh, yes, sir. Ping. Must be the
And
bullets
now-
you buy, because our bullets suck.
For 10 total damage.
Okay. Right between the eyes. Lucky for him, he died quickly. Eh? He said he felt lucky.
And then I'm going to reload for my last action.
Okay. These guys are nuts. You can see it in their eyes. They relish the combat. They're crazy enough to rush you and try to look for an advantage, but we're not so nut-barish that they'll give up any advantage, hence some of the retreating. But when the tables turn against them, they don't seem to flee. If anything, they seem to dig in. So, this is a canopy, not a solid object. Okay, but I will move next to an object to try to get cover from you and the dwarf, or at least from the dwarf. As a move, take my shot and reload. .27 critical. Moves back like he's going to run away, anticipating your step in, aims out at the step that you proverbially will take, and you step almost. Yep, there it is, into the shot. And here comes.
And that's a miss.
What? Hate you so much right now. I was so into the 1d8 plus d8 plus d8. Let's talk about a concussive fatal d8 from a 1d4 piercing weapon. When it crits, all the dice go up, extra dice get added, and this is what make guns nasty. 17 points of damage. I'm not saying it stops you in the track, but dude, you take one in the gut and you feel it. Next, powder punk. This nut bar. Let's see if we can do something fun. I'm getting... No, can't do... Yes, I can. It's called toss and shoot. 3 actions. So basically he pulls an alchemist fire from his belt, throws it in the air, and then shoots it out of the air. And he throws it out away from him, but between the two of you. And again, that blanketing 10, a boom. You know what I'm saying? Does the old toss and shoot.
Ow.
Holding... Yes.
Never mind. Go ahead.
Do you have attack of opportunity?
Well, no, I have a reaction if it's an auditory trigger or a visual trigger. But I'll wait till it's for saving throws.
Visual trigger?
Yeah.
Oh, that's the performance thing.
Yeah.
Like yeah. So if something's like, look at the snake move, I'm being right. You can go, look at my bones rattle. No, close. And I don't want you calling these out, but no. Anyway, can I have a reflex DC 15 from the two of you, please? Gunner's holding a load of fire. Gunner interacts to draw alchemist fire, throws it to a point within 30 feet. Whoosh! Then shoots the bomb in midair. Creatures within a 10-foot radius of the shot bomb must succeed a reflex 15 or take splash and persistent damage from the fire. We forgot the persistent damage you guys took from last time. Or did we both save back then?
I don't think
remember.
we had persistence last time.
I'm gonna say my bad, even if you had it. I'm not gonna worry about it. But you would have been racking up 1 point of fire as you burned. Usually it goes as like one of you guys would fail, one of you guys would save. Anyway.
17 for Jarwin.
I may
Hello,
have to
11?
retcon that. Hilo doesn't even know he's on fire. We get to the end of the combat, it's like, oh, by the way, there's a couple extra points of fire damage, which we're about to heal, but haha, you know, I might do something like that.
Yeah, but that should just add to the intimidation checks. It's just burning skeleton walking around threatening them.
Normally, yes, but these guys actually love fire, and they actually have their own intimidation thing, but no one's done fire damage on us. And they have their own actually intimidation thing against you. Now that you brought it up, but funny enough. Anyway.
So I rolled an 11. I'm going to use my hero point to roll again.
You're really afraid of fire.
And I rolled a 10.
Okay, you're going to take it now. Okay.
Ooh, get a little hot over here.
So, oh, sorry, I lost my descriptor here. Spells, nope. Yeah, toss and shoot, right. Must succeed or take splash and persistent. Okay, so if you save Charwin, you're good. You saw this trick before, you take a little cover, you know, it doesn't shower quite on you, or it's hot, it lands in your clothes, but doesn't really burn your flesh, so you're good. Pylo, unfortunately, is all dancing robes and, you know, all that air. Just, you know what I mean, like just almost fan the flame. Not only do you take a single point, Pylo, which I'll inflict upon you now, most happily. I mean, sorry, buddy. You're going to take persistent as this goes along, but you can take flat checks too. Now, my question is this. Do you automatically just take a flat check for any persistent effect, or do you actually have to take actions to make that trigger? I mean, is there a stop, drop, and roll? Or, I think it's both. I think for free you get the flat check, but if you actually want to spend actions and go, you know what, I put myself out for an action or 3 actions, and it just ends. As long as
I don't know if it just ends, but you get like bonuses or something to the flat check.
It's one or the other, yeah. Give you boys something to think about and look up for me. Which brings us to bad guys still alive.
But I have
Sean doing what?
After you take persistent damage, roll a DC 15 flat check to see if you recover from persistent damage. If you succeed, the condition ends.
Right. So, but you might be able to like up your odds in getting a bonus, making a DC 10 or whatever. Anyway, it hasn't started yet. Persistent will come at the beginning of your next turn, and then you get the flat check at the end to try and cancel it. Hence, you're taking persistent damage, which isn't yet. It's the following. You know.
Gotcha.
You only took 1 now. Charwin, you're up.
Alrighty.
Or sorry, it happens on your turn actually, not on mine. What do you want to do, Charwin?
I will go ahead and stab this guy. I'm close enough now.
All right. Oh.
With an 18.
Yes.
Man, I've been rolling good tonight.
You are on fire, sir.
Something bad's gonna happen.
Something bad's gonna happen. Believe in the fantasy grounds. Click your dice 3 times together at the heels. Come on, you got this.
8 damage.
A big skewer in the gut. Doesn't go down, but you, as you can see, heavily. Now, just a reminder to this cast and this audience, when it shows your damage, it'll say status, light, wounded, moderate, heavy, or critical. And that's pretty much it doesn't matter if he has 1 hit point, 10, or 1,000. It's I'm at 90% hit points, I'm at 75% hit points, I'm at 50% hit points, and I'm below 25% points for that credit, you know? So it doesn't give you the number, but it does definitely give you a status of like, oh wow, I really hurt him because I dropped him to heavy, I dropped him to, you know what I mean? Keeps the players from going, how much of this guy is left? So that's why I'm always state that, oh, you heavily wounded. I didn't mean like this 1 stab was heavy. I mean, now he's down to a point with all the cumulative wounds, he's really swooning. Well, not critical yet. Anyway, Charwin, you got anything else for me?
I think I'm going to try my spout spell. Haven't done that in a while.
Okay, you can go for another stab if you want to.
Yeah, but this is a reflex save on him, and even if he fails, I get half damage, so at least I do something.
You know what? I will give Pylo a +1 for splash damage. Is there any kind of splash damage of this water to his fire?
No, there won't be.
Okay, I'll tell you what. Since you're standing next to him, Pylo, we'll say your flat check is 14 instead of 15 because water's spraying everywhere. Just lean into it.
Ooh, it looks like he critically failed. Double damage.
Oh.
Ooh.
Pylo, if you, as a react, jump into the water stream. Take no actions. Don't die. Just jump in there. Me.
6 damage.
You're on fire and he hits you with the hose. Maybe Charwin is just like, really, douchebag? You're not going to help me? All right. Well, he's... the concussive force of the fire hose is enough to snap his neck around and down he goes. So imagine this. The spout goes, kills a guy, bends him and breaks him, and then when you ever see like they shut off the fire hose and the water kind of like peters out? And flaming like 5 feet away. I mean, literally, ladies and gentlemen, Pylo is to the north of this guy right there on fire. And it's your turn, Pylo. You have anything to say?
My God, it's getting a little hot over here, my friend. Could have sprayed some of that my way. Oh.
Or roll in the puddle?
Take a couple. Yeah, basically, I'll use an action to kind of
roll the puddle. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm gonna walk back after this fight, see him rolling around in a mixture of water and his victim's blood, and just be like, "What the hell were y'all doing?"
That'd be funny. Like they flash to that night, and then there's Pylo. They've buried him in the scrapyard. Damn it! I creeped them out. Gotta wait another 100 years. Damn it! I think I'm kidding. Be careful what you do in front of who. Can I have that flat check?
Which is it? It's just
flat checks are raw d20s. Yeah.
All right. That is a 13. Did it show?
No.
No.
Lucky
Weird.
you get to do it again.
Try that again.
Get it in the box.
I did. It's rolled twice now.
Did your connect? I got nothing on my end. You guys see anything?
I'm hearing his dice rolls.
I can. That's the funny thing is I can actually hear the pop, pop, pop. Yeah, let me try one. Did we all disconnect? No. Okay, there's mine.
I see that one.
Oh, here we go. What's this? Oh,
That's me.
Okay.
I'm gonna try again here.
None of us are on fire. How about you?
There we go.
There
All
he is. 13. I will be kind, and I will say that we need to look it up.
What do we need to look up?
I want to know if someone can actually take actual actions to make their flat check better, especially when it comes to like putting out fire or whatever. Or
There are various rules. Like it's a big text wall of things you can do. For example, so there's like persistent damage rules, the base stuff.
Okay, we'll smite this on Charwin since he just has the most time to look this up. See if you can find me anything. We'll say Pylo's, pending, unless you want to use your hero point, or did you already use that?
I used it and failed again. Remember?
Okay. Let's deal with Andreas, and you guys look some stuff up as quickly as you can, please. Andreas, Eric, what do you want to do?
He will go back 20 feet to where his hammer is on the ground. I'm assuming.
I thought you had 4.
What's that? Yeah,
But
I
you-
do, but I'm gonna take an action here and kind of stem the bleeding in my stomach.
Oh, because you're getting. Oh, you have 17 wounds out of 11 hit points. Oh, you're fine. You're fine. You're fine.
I'll
That's up to
take
you.
the time.
It's up to you.
Yeah.
Okay. So you, where was I? Where was I standing when you actually hit him? Do you remember?
About 20 feet back along
What-
the wall.
I remember this. Was I standing in any square that was adjacent to where you are now?
You were standing the first time. You were standing
No. This
here.
is
The
like
first
this.
hammer.
The second hammer.
No. I'm going for the first hammer back here.
Okay, because you're probably better off going for the second one that just kind of fell near him. You know what I mean?
I know, but I want a bit of cover from the wall of the bridge.
Oh, okay. All right. Sorry. Okay, so you go back to like here-ish. That's a move.
Yeah.
You retrieve an item. That's 2.
Yep.
And then you want to cast something that's a single action?
Yes, I will.
Or do you have
no,
battle
I'm just
medicine?
going to-
Battle medicine for a single action? What you need, tools, yada yada. I can see the tactics here.
Yeah, no, I'm just gonna spend the action and just it's not gonna give me anything, but it's just at least.
Okay.
Yeah, no, that's all I'm gonna do.
Hey man, you almost died in the capital, and they put you back together with wires and metal and shit. Like, I understand that you're cautious, especially if somebody gets a lucky hit on you and does 3d8 damage with a little 1d4 pistol. Like, what the hell? Right? I mean, maybe they hit your metal, and your spring came loose, and now your arm's just flying around like a propeller, and you're like, damn it, I'm going backwards whether I like it or not. Yeah, we'll blame that. Joe likes that description. You like that? It's not my fault my clockwork arm is flailing backwards like a propeller, grabbing the wall and pushing it back towards the hammer.
Just get the image now that the priests that service his technology, all the Bride Tech priests and stuff that service technology, they act like IT. But have you tried reconnecting, like pulling out the spring, flipping it around in the other way, and then back again? Have you tried rebooting the arm?
I hinted that we were going to start a new Star Wars show, and I was going to convert this adventure to Star Wars, and that could actually be a thing, because I actually have droids with the breed, right? Anyway, that show has been stalled, and we're reconsidering a different GM, so who knows? But yeah, I would totally use that. Thank you for that. That's definitely a nugget of wisdom I gotta keep. Andreas, one to back, one to pick up hammer. Last action was unclear.
Yeah, I'm just gonna recover.
Okay. Take a knee behind your little cover and make the best of it you can.
Yeah.
This little wall thing, right? Okay. Atticus.
How respectful. So I am freshly reloaded still. I am going to 5, 15, 20, 25.
Okay. So rushing forward to the edge of the actual canopy, 10 feet away from my guy that tried to take cover. Mm-hmm. Again, as I said, this looks like a canopy to me. It gives him no cover. You were below him on the map, so feel free. No penalties for you. I'll target him for you. There you go.
I got it.
Okay. And forgiveness either.
Man, it was going so good for a second there. It was teetering on that 15.
I saw teetering on 1. You got robbed either way, man. You were reloaded, so you move, you shot, and you reload?
Yep, that's me.
Throw your gun at him.
No.
Come on, you explode your gun all the time. Nothing bad happens. You gonna throw it at him? All right. Well, there you go, Mr. Dwarf. I have a new problem, and I'm going to shoot at my new problem. So I'm going to shoot at the cat, and he does not shoot at you. And I actually hit Bellamy Smoke for that 22 when it nailed you, Dwarf.
Yeah.
22 Bellamy Smoke for takes a single point damage. Never mind. You are kneeling in shame, Mr. Dwarf. I reload. Because if I don't say it, Joe won't let me get away with it. Because he's a gun guy. Vashon, round 8. Oh, yeah. Round 8.
What do you want from me?
Round 8. And we're still alive. We're still going.
So, going back to Pylo a little bit, there's an assisted recovery. Basically, he can spend, or an ally could spend 2 actions to help him. And he gets an extra flat check to try and put out the persistent damage. And the GM might decide to lower the DC depending on what that action is, like dousing yourself with water or trying to smother the flame.
I was on the I was on the right track.
Yeah.
Okay, so
I take 5 feet to move into the water corpse puddle, and then 2 actions to roll around in it.
Right. So the fact that you're doing a stop, drop, and roll, even bare ground, will give you a 1, and the fact that you're using guts and water is 2. So 13 stands. You are put out.
There we go.
But,
that was my
you
turn.
do take the persistent damage before said check. You know what I mean? Because you take the persistent damage at the top of the round, you do all your actions, and the flat check comes at the bottom. So unfortunately, you do have that teensy bit of extra point of fire before you manage to put it out. Charwin.
Well, everything looks good up here.
Unless you take the persistent at the bottom, but then again, you would take it and then you flat to stop it.
You take it at the end of your turn, but this is an additional assisted check because I'm taking an action to actually put it out.
Okay.
So the persistent damage happens at end of turn, then I get a flat DC check.
Yeah. So
because I'm doing it in the middle of my turn, and I'm actually using my actions to do it. Then
you're not using your actions to do it. You're using your action to give a bonus to the flat check that still comes after the damage.
This is an additional DC, reduce the DC. Sorry,
right, which comes at the end. Sorry, like you can take actions to make that flat roll, which could
allowing you to attempt an additional flat check before the end of your turn. This is allowing me to do. This is basically saying I take my turn. I'm using my turn to move forward and roll around on the ground for 3 actions.
So this is what's going to happen. You can make a second check, right? So your first check, right? Because you either get a bonus or you get 2 checks. That'll be your choice. 2 15s or a single 13.
Okay, we'll just go with what we did, then I'll take the damage.
No, actually, if you do the roll, think about it. You do the bot odds, because if your first roll was a 13 and that's a fail, and the actions got you that bonus roll, you take the damage. Yeah, I guess the other way, at least you're guaranteed to put it out as opposed to screwing up. But you see what I'm saying?
Yeah. But
Okay.
It's the GM's call. So whatever you think is the best goal for this, I'm up for whatever.
I'm still adhering to the rules. I'm actually adding a bonus, so
I'll take the. So it's just
Yeah.
the damage that my turn would have been done, and we'll say that's it.
yeah. Because according to what
That
Drew
works
read, there's one of the. Anyway, I would like to give you the option. So the DM going, I'll give you a bonus, or I'll give you both rolls. I'm like, oh, you know what? I'm up for both. Player decide. Anyway, you're out of fire. No fire for you, but you did take the one persistent sorry. Now we're back to Charwin.
I think what I'll do is, I guess Gadaby's pretty hidden. I'll leave him there.
I could
I'll
see that
start.
because there's sort of no getting out of it, like a cheat going, and nothing happened to me because I acted quickly. It's like, well, you acted quickly and you put it out, right? So anyway, sorry. Charwin.
So I will start heading towards the dwarf.
I will
South.
say this. Sorry, Trey, to stay on this. Dude, if you jumped into the river, I would definitely not give you that persistent damage.
Yeah. That would
If you literally dove into the river.
that would have done it for sure.
Would you like your 1 point back?
No, it's okay.
Jump into the slimy
I don't know
river.
if I can swim.
He sinks to the bottom, and it's just like the scrapyard. All right.
I don't know. With all the toxins, he may just light the entire city's water supply up.
That's funny. Charon going straight. Anyway, sorry to keep hammering back on this on your turn, guys, but it's like we are kind of setting a precedent here, so we need to come at it from every angle. Charwin goes running down. Whee! And that's it.
I'll yell at Pylo before I leave. Oh, watch Gadaby. Make sure he's safe. I'll help them.
Yeah, we abandoned Gadaby. Next thing you know, he gets more punks come from behind us and take him away. Mission fail. Damn it. Reload. Play it again.
But yeah, that'll be me. I'll spend an action to
Okay.
relay all that information and then
Okay.
make 2 moves.
Pylo, you took actions. You stated what those actions are. Sorry to be a dick, but you start your turn prone. Because you literally dove and rolled around the shit on the ground.
I will. Yeah. Well, that's,
So,
I
I'm
figured
sorry,
as much.
man. Action to get up. Sorry. It just sounds like I'm such
No,
a dick
you-
now. It's like, no, sorry,
Nope.
man.
No, that's fair. That's fair. I was on the ground rolling around on the
Okay.
corpse.
So you get up.
Move 15 feet, and then I will maintain, I guess, another
25, you mean.
or 25 feet. Sorry, and then
Yep.
can I do a second move or for a little further?
You do whatever you can do whatever you want with your third action.
5, 10, 15. I'm gonna go right around here just to be in line of sight with Gadaby, and
Okay.
then my friends there as well, just so I know where everybody is.
Okay, and that's 3, I'm afraid.
Yep.
Okay.
Good.
Andreas to the stout to the beard. Taking anything about your life, thinking about maybe, you could take Andreas off to another show. We have other shows available. Hey, if I could take Corey's guy out of this show and put him in Abomination Vaults, like maybe gunslinging isn't for you. Your guy with a hammer. Just saying.
Oh no, we're good. So, wait till I get a dwarven thrower. Then it'll be really good.
I know this guy named Gregor. He's a half elf magus. He kind of acts like you. He charges stuff. Got a big. I would, just say, kind of talks like you. No, fine. What do you want to
Move forward 20 feet and throw my hammer. So get up, move 20 feet, throw my hammer.
do? Got it. Same guy targeted. Yep. Toss
Yep.
and hello.
Come on. Nope. Sorry, I'm lagging.
Would you like me to push buttons for you again? I did pretty good for you last time.
There we go. Oh, I got it now.
Okay. I was also stalling. Hey! You got just what you needed. No, that was good. 16. Yeah.
There we go.
Damage.
So rolled a 5 for an 8.
Okay. Right in the beanie head, crushing his skull, and dude goes down. And now Atticus turns his fury on you because you stole his kill. Atticus. I mean, just saying. He's so bad he can't talk.
Because I don't think I've used it yet this encounter. I'm going to step up to him, to Andres, and I'm going to point my gun straight at him. and unfurl the healing power of whiskey.
You throw the hammer, you crush his head, and just like that one Mr. Smith that meets Trinity's gun, you turn too late, there's a barrel pointed at you, and he says, what do you say?
Drink up, bud.
Still sounds like Dodge this. Drink this. Restoring
10.
An alcoholic mist.
fantastic.
Alcoholic mist spits you in the face and you feel better.
It smells like a barber shop. It's just
Barbasol, yeah.
You mean that shit you put the black comb in and it's got the silver lid on it?
It's like at least some of the ones down here, they have this spray they put to like hide some of that smell. That and like the smell of just hair everywhere. So like some of the ones down here literally smell like a bar. Like it just smells like assorted alcohols kind of in the air. So
I've given you 10 points. So there's no roll you got to do. It's just automatic healing.
I now need to roll a d20 to see if my gun, if I need to spend another 10 minutes to fix it before I can use my unstable thing again.
Please do, because we're all about flat checks here at All Guns No Glory.
And this flat check requires a 17 or better to succeed, and I rolled a 5.
All right, so you can't shoot your gun, you can't do anything?
No, I can use it as a regular gun. I just can't use any function with the unstable property. So that's my restorative one or my explosive one.
Okay. At the end of round 8, Vashon uses his action. He points straight out and goes, "Look there!" And we'll see you all next time. Maybe he's pointing at more encounter. Maybe he's saying, "Look, we have a free path." You don't know.
Maybe he's pointing at the shield marshals.
And we all got arrested. Damn it.
Next level will be nuts.
Parting words of wisdom, Pylo? Just because there's the P, so I'm going to pick on you.
Fire burns, man. Fire burns.